The Zone Coverage 2-minute drill is back. Sam Ekstrom and Arif Hasan from Zone Coverage. Make sure you subscribe for $2.99 per month. Injury scares today at Vikings practice. Rashad Hill carted off, but then comes back. Stacy Coley carted off, does not come back. Jalen Holmes limps off. We also didn't have Everson Griffin or Stephon Diggs practicing. Arif, of the Coley and or Holmes injuries, which would be of a bigger concern to you?
I think the Coley injury. I mean, we were already having a bit of a discussion about what's going to happen in the wide receiver room, and I think for a lot of us, we just kind of assumed Coley would be part of that picture, whereas for Jalen Holmes, it looked like he was taking a little bit longer to come on, and the Vikings have a lot more depth on the defensive line anyway, so I think the Coley one's a little bit more concerning.
Yeah, the Holmes injury might be detrimental to Holmes himself. The Coley injury might be detrimental to the Vikings, and we were discussing that wide receiver depth chart, and if Coley, and it's a big if he's no longer part of the mix, who does that elevate? Does that secure a spot for Kendall Wright, who might have been sort of on the fringe? Does it elevate Brandon Zylstra? And by the way, he's still coming back from an injury. And where does someone like Chad Beebe fit into all this? I think the question comes down to, Arif, do they keep 6 when Caleb Jones is suspended for the first 4 weeks?
Yeah, that's a really good question, especially, if Coley is injured, would they rather have, 6 or an extra roster spot to a defensive or offensive lineman, which I think is maybe that extra cornerback spot that we've been talking a lot about. Also a question among those 6, how important is it to have a veteran presence versus all of these young guys that may actually already be playing better, but don't have as much to offer a locker room that's already pretty young. Tavares King, Kendall Wright both offer, I think, something that as veterans that people like Stacy Coley, Brandon Zylstra, Caleb Jones may not be able to offer, but as receivers on the field, and we know Wright doesn't take special team snaps, that is a really complicated decision.
And that Coley injury is unfortunate because he really had made some standout plays.
Absolutely.
The Vikings liked him last year. There just wasn't a lot of room for him to see the field. He's got another year of experience, and ironically, the injury actually happened while he was making a spectacular catch on the sideline. He went down, clutched hit one of his legs, I believe it was right leg, and was carted off. Didn't look good. We'll see if we get any kind of report on that in the coming days, but for now, he's Arif Hasan, I'm Sam Ekstrom. It's your Zone Coverage 2-minute drill.